Uh, Good day, everyone, and welcome to this highly anticipated expert session on navigating Nigerian export landscape. Inshallah, we are honored to have the Deputy Controller, Mr. Ahmed, to join us in this expert session. And Allah's willing, we're going to discuss important topics that I believe each and every one of us would like to hear from the horse's mouth relating to exporting products, especially product from Nigeria to the rest of the world. We are in the midst of so many events that are ongoing around the globe, and there is need for us to look inward, especially look at our trade volume, trade capacity. African countries need to look into their trade volumes in order to be able to grow their own GDP. And that's why we've been encouraging people or businessmen to get involved in exporting agricultural products from Nigeria, from Ghana, from anywhere in Africa to the rest of the world, because we have the resources and we can export these resources, and in return grow our own GDP, creates a lot of jobs in Africa. So we call this expert session navigating the export or navigating the export landscape in Nigeria. And we have with us Deputy Controller of Nigerian Custom in the name of Mr. Ahmed. Okay, and he's here with us today, inshallah. We are going to start with the custom procedure and documentation and ask him some questions about that. What are the key documents required for exporting agricultural products or any other products from Nigeria through Apapa Port, sir? I would like you to introduce yourself and our audience are listening.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to all of us in the meeting. My name, as I was introduced by my able doctor, my name is Mr. Ahmed Sani. I'm Assistant Controller of the Nigerian Customs Service, working in the. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Continue.
Yeah, I'm working in the Tariff and Trade Department,
Only that
formerly known as.
your video is not
Hello?
there. The video has
Okay.
disappeared. Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum for everybody. Good afternoon. Once again, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Assistant Controller AC Ahmed Sani from Nigerian Customs Service. I'm presently serving in the Tariff and Trade Department, a department called PCA Post Clearance Audit. So we are responsible for looking out for the extent guidelines of the country to make sure that all the import and export has been in compliance, so that the issue of export is a very serious issue because there is a huge sum of money is involved, and if we make mistake in export, we end up like hurting our own economy because after the export we expect a profit from the export to be remitted into the commercial banks, which is in the form of foreign currency, which there's no economy that can move on or develop without a foreign currency inflow into the country. So that's the reason why export is very, very, very important in terms of revenue of the nation. While you intend of making import into Nigeria, you put at the back of your mind that there are some items which are prohibited from export. Those items, actually, there are plenty, but I will try as much as I can to bring out some of them, because before you make an intention of any export, you have to know what are the export prohibition of such items. Such items, there are 8 in numbers, which I can send to doctor. Later on, he can publish the list for you. Those items are maize, timber, rawhide and skin, scrap metals, unprocessed rubber latex, rubber lumps, artifacts and antiquities, wild animal such as lizard, monkey, zebra, lion, All the wild animals, majority of them are, uh, uh, export prohibitions. Then the last one is good imported can be re-exported. This is just the latest one, good imported and can be re-exported. There are some good that uh, they come into the country as temporary importation, where some people brought them in, then later after I start using them, they will take them out. So we stop that because if you brought good in into the country on temporary importation, that means you hire them after finish usage, you take them back to the country of origin. So some people use that as an export with the demand because there is an incentive after you make an export. In every export you make, there's an incentive from the federal government, which people claim. And if your claims are verified, incentives are being paid to you. So people use that into foreign importation as a form of, you know. So from there, after we made mention of the export prohibition list, I think we can proceed to the main business of the day. The main business of the day, which is export. What you put at the back of your mind when you want to make any exportation, you have to have a registered company in the country. The registered company, a company that was registered with FIS. That's the first stage. After you register your company with the FIS, then the FIS will certify you and give you what they call tax certificate. The tax certificate, after that you proceed to custom for registration. So after register your TIN number with the Nigerian Customs Service, which all these processes that you go through them, they are free. Money is not involved in all of them. You make sure that all the documents required for you to make that's your company certificate. After you create a company, they will give you certificate. After the certificate, you also have uh what is called TIN number. That TIN number. Why did I stop?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you stopped
I
at
want
the teen, and then one has to go back to custom to register his company with the custom after registering with the FIRS.
after you register with custom, then the next step you need to take, you have to go to the Export Promotion Council.
Hmm.
The Export Promotion Council will provide you with NXP.
Right.
NXP is what you use in registering intention to export.
Hmm.
That intention to export, there's a form that you fill. Just the way if you want to import into the country, you need Form M. Form M is what you fill at the bank. After you fill at the bank will transmit it to the CBN. Then the CBN will transmit it to custom. Custom will generate file for you. So the same thing with export. Export, after you register with custom and you are ready to make an export, then you go through the NXP. NXP is the first form you fill before coming to custom. So after you fill your NXP, you declare the value of what you want to export. Because after you export, there's what we call repatriation of proceeds.
Hmm.
That repatriation of proceeds is expected to happen within 1 to 3 months of the export. That is after you export your goods from 1 month to 3 months, that the proceed, that what you sell abroad, your bank will repatriate funds for you to your local bank in the country through the CBN. So that NXP is very important, which your bank would not register you NXP without you having Export Promotion Council certificate.
Hmm.
That export promotion council, this is what they will authorize your bank to go ahead and open the NXP for you. So while opening at the NXP, they will ask you of your FOB, because what people need to understand that when you want to export, there are some small charges that they charge. Those charges are very, very negligible, but they are very, very important. Very, very important. Those charges are charges for RIF. RIF, what this is what we call intention to export. That RIF is 0.15% of your FOB value, what they will charge you on that. So we put at the back of your mind that anytime you intended to export, there are some small charges which are going to be charged for you, which are they can refund you back after 3 months of repatriation of your funds. So, for example, we are expecting 2,000 naira after your export. So your FOB, what you are exporting is 2,000. Then 0.15% of the 2 naira, this is what they want to charge you from the bank. So after that, they charge you that 0.25 naira. When they are paying you back your money, the federal government of Nigeria will pay you back your complete 0.15% of the money they charge from you. So when you obtain the Nigerian export proceeds from there, the NXP from your banks, which is being assigned, which is being authorized by the Export Promotion Council. So after you have done that, then you come to custom. When you come to custom, you make what is called declaration. That declaration is is the total declared items what you are exporting out of the country, because the declaration is just like a form from the exporter to the importer to the destiny of origin, uh, destiny, destination of goods, destiny of origin, FOB value, weight of the goods, and so on and so on. It's just like it has almost 56 boxes there, which your agent will fill for you. So after he fills for you, it's advisable all the times after filling those form, you view it. After you view it, look at it, everything is okay. Then this is when you move ahead and apply for RIF. That RIF, this is when they will charge you 0.15% of the good that is for destination inspection. Okay, like I have one container of soybean oil. That IRF, they are the service provider that will go and look at the assessment. Say, does it meet the standard the country you want to take it out? So after they have made the inspection, this one, it's not a custom officer that will inspect it. There's a company that we call it service providers. The service provider, the people that will go and look at it, after they look at it, then they will issue you with a form certificate called CCI, Combined Certificate, Clean Certificate of Inspection. So that clean certificate of inspection, this is what they will issue you after the inspection. So now you have you have NXP, you have SGD, then you have CCI, there is clean certificate of inspection. After you have done that, then you proceed to your shipping line. Then shipping line will ask you all those 3 certificates. If they are complete, then they will measure the container, and for the value, they will look at the weight and other things, then they issue bill of lading. So after that, that is done with the export. You are done with the export, because because I think export in Nigeria is the most simplest thing that somebody can ever do. It's the most easiest and simplest. And after you have done that, there's also an incentive. There's after selling your good out of the country, the government is willing to give you incentive for doing that export. So I think it's one of the most very clean business somebody can ever indulge in the country. The only thing that is something that needs a very huge capital, because it's not something that you need a small money, something from 50 to 100, 300 million naira. And so it's not everybody that can afford such money as a businessman. And secondly, it's not a business that you can do within 1 or 2 or 3 weeks. It's something that can involve a month, 2 months, 3 months. So with that big money, people would think, okay, let me just use one small business that can give me my returns within 1 or 2 weeks. I'm done with my money. But actually, there's no much trouble in doing it in the country. The procedure is very straightforward and simple. Firstly, you have a registered team with team certificate. Then secondly, you apply to custom for your team registration only once, and that is done within 24 hours. You get your fly. The moment your uh the tax certificate is ready, you apply, we register you, then we send you a mail with your login and a user and a login password. Then from there, you can go ahead and register your NXP. After registering the NXP, you apply, you find a custom broker where you register your
Inshallah, brother Ahmed,
SGD.
we will get back.
After
Inshallah, I will send
register
another link. I'll send another link.
SGD,
This link
then
will
you move
finish. This link will finish in just 1 minute. I'll send you another link right away because
Okay.
you're giving us
Okay.
important
Okay.
guidelines on the role of custom
Okay.
and how to be successful in this export business. Inshallah, I'll send you another link in just 5 minutes or so. And to our audience,
Okay.
I will forward to you as well another link in just 5 minutes, Allah's willing. Thank you so much. I will get back. We will get back. We will take a break and come back, inshallah, and continue. Thank you so much, Mr.
Okay.
Ahmed.
Inshallah.
Really, really appreciate it.
Uh, after my brief
Yeah.
After my brief explanation, I would like to send you some few documents that I think in less than 5 minutes, somebody can just go through them and have some an overview about what export means in Nigeria, because it's a very simple uh, issue that somebody can just look at it. And actually, I will always, as a custom officer, I will always encourage people to become the broker of themselves, because there's nothing special about export. This is a policy. This is something government made for everybody to come and participate and be a player. So there's no big deal. There's no any business, any hidden business about export. The only thing that you need to do about export is for you to have the capital and have a good intention of declaring the exact FOB, because the service charge your bank would charge you
Hmm.
is 1% of the FOB value.
Hmm.
Like, for example, if I'm going to export one container of sesame seed or
Hmm.
soybeans oil or any export I intended to do,
Hmm.
1% of the FOB. If the FOB is 1,000 naira, they will charge you 1% of 1,000 naira. If it's 2,000 naira, 1% of 2,000 naira. And secondly, the the RIF uh, request for inspection. A request of inspection is a private service provider that will come and inspect your container. You open the container. Those when you fill NXP form, the moment you open NXP form
Hmm.
from your bank after the authorization of Export Promotion Council, that NXP is expected to leave a duration to be valid for the duration of 90 days.
Hmm.
So after 90 days, you do not utilize the NXP, you have to go back. You have to go back to your bank for revalidation. So in that NXP, you stated that, okay, my container is ready and I want the service provider to inspect my container on so date. You give them a time and date
Hmm.
when you want your container to be inspected. So after they inspect it, if they are okay with the date and time, they will reply to you through your email, and your email is expected of you to I think they will reply within 2-3 days of the submission if it's okay. If not, they will list some dates very close to what you have choose. If it's okay for you, you reply them. So on that day, you just go open your computer. You and your agent, you can go and open your container for inspection. Then after inspection and everything is okay, they will issue you with a certificate. There is CCI. CCI. They'll give you CCI. This CCI. This is what you have your SGD, NXP, CCI. Then from there, you fact everything, and with your bill of lading, that means your goods are ready for export. That's all. Right now, I'm sending some documents for doctors for you to share to the class.
No.
For what I think they can just have like 2-3 minutes for them to just go through it. If there's anything they want to ask about export, I think I'm always free to ask me about it, because actually I love questions. Because I'll encourage all of us to go for
We will
export,
have
because
we will have the question session, inshallah, where they have some of the questions they're going to ask you, also, inshallah. So we have
okay.
one other item here. You've talked about the compliance and regulations in your discussions. Delay and port congestion. What causes delay and port congestions, and even sometimes leading to demurrage?
No, actually, in terms of export or in terms of import.
No, no, in terms of export.
Actually, the majority of the ships that when they came into the Nigeria, because we don't have so much export, the ships actually go out empty.
Hmm.
as a virtually empty. And any ship that brought goods into the Nigeria and you are going out empty, that means you are running at loss. You understand? So because a ship that carry 500 containers to Nigeria and you are going out of the country, you have less than 100 containers for export. So remaining 450, you understand, it's a waste. So he's running at loss. That's the reason why I see the shipping cost coming to Nigeria, goods coming to Nigeria is higher than any other country in West Africa. It's very high. So while in terms of congestion, port congestion, I don't think in export there's any port congestion, except if you are not willing to export. But if your container is ready today, I promise you in the next 24 hours, your container will be shipped out, because in every given day, there's a ship going out of the country. So in terms of demurrage, there's nothing like demurrage in export. If there's a demurrage, you don't have any issue with demurrage. Government will pay your demurrage. You see, in Nigeria, when we talk about export, there's a lot of incentive, a lot of waivers issued, because government want to encourage export. A lot of government, they want to discourage import into their country. They want to encourage export. And this export, people are not familiar with it. So a lot of we in Nigeria, we are familiar mainly with import. China, Europe, there's majority of our import. So a lot of people, they are business people, when they heard about export, they say, export, is it not only the export of crude oil? Because a lot of people believe that the only export that happens in Nigeria is crude oil. We don't do any export. But there are two types of export. There's non-oil export, there's oil export. So non-oil export is the one we are talking about now, which we are talking about fastener effect. We are talking about equipment, machineries, and we are talking about minerals like gold, iron ore, coal, and other things. And we are talking about raw materials, processed foods, and other things. So there's non-oil export, not oil export. This non-oil export is a sector where a lot of people doesn't even know about it. And this is where the government has a lot of interest with. It issues a lot of incentive for people to indulge. The only money you put at the back of your mind, you only pay your bank for the NXP form, which will help you process. Because the bank is your bank that will connect to the CBN. CBN connect to the destination banks where you are going there, repatriate your goods, your money back to the country and to you. You don't even know how they do that. But the CBN repatriation is free. Government is not charging you anything. It's only your bank will charge you 1% of the FOB. I could remember I did some export the last time. So I did some export the last time. When I'm repatriating my money, my bank charged me 2.5% of the FOB. So after I got my alert, I look at the money, I calculate everything. I look at it, no, it's not true. Then after I went to my account manager, we did everything, and we found that the bank are charging me 2.5%, which I told them is not. This is what the law says. It's 1%. So from there, they have to pay me back my money, and I'm very happy with that. And if I want to even take more action again, I can report them to the CBN. And within 48 hours, the CBN would issue an apology to me. Then later on, they process my complaint. And the complaint is maximum of 3 weeks. Everything will be processed. And if they find the bank liable of any misdoing, there's a penalty for that. And you are the one that is going to get the penalty, not the bank. The government will collect the penalty and pay you back. So the bank manager was begging me, please, I should not take further actions. The mistake is from this, all this grammar. They will continue talking. I said, okay, all I need is my 1.5% you have taken from me. Give it back to me, then you can go with your business. I don't have any issue with you. So somebody has to be very cautious about this. And a lot of clearing agents would like to take advantage of the exporter, because a lot of people doesn't bother to know. I want to do this myself. Let me just go to the customs. Let me ask, please, I want to export. How can I do? The only thing I will tell you that in Nigerian customs service, that's the reason why we are being paid. We are being paid to guide people and show them what the law says. And we are always happy because there's a gap of information between customs and the public. A lot of people doesn't want to come to customs. They think customs is a very closed environment that we only, because we carry arms, We have enforcement unit, and so people think that customs are monsters. Custom arrest people. No, we are being paid from people, so we are waiting for people to come to our office and ask for guidelines. We help them. Where you are not okay with what we told you, you can demand for more explanation, and it's our duty to shut you down, give you coffee or tea, anything, and explain the law to you. And we encourage people to do their export themselves because it's cheaper, you save costs, and it's faster. Because the moment you employ an agent to clear goods for you, start telling you, okay, you pay me my service charge, you pay me my stamp duty charge. Before you know it, the charges will be almost equal to your FOB you are exporting. And this add the cost add to the value, the FOB of your goods you are exporting at, which is not good for the business. So always employ that anytime you want to export, the only thing you need to do that, walk to any shipping line office, ask them how much is their rate, 1/20 or 1/40. They'll tell you. The moment you pay, they'll issue you with a container with destination Kano, Abuja, Kaduna in the north. There's in the north, this is where the dry port are located. Some of them are in Kano, some of them are in Kaduna, some of them are in Abuja. Well, some now even in Funtua, where a lot of assessments and others people are doing a drive for there. And then after that, you come to custom, register your TIN number. We ask you only what we ask you only is your tax certificate. We request you bring it, we verify. We have a portal that will just log in and put the tax certificate number and check whether it is valid. The moment it's valid, we register you within 24 hours. We give you a TIN number. Then you go to the cafe, what we call cafe. You go to cafe, there are registered cafe, there are a list. You can check a lot of lists there. You choose the one you want to use. You go there, you pay them a service charge. I think Nigerian money is very, very, very negligible. It's 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira at most, which if you are calculating it in real, I think is 10,000 naira is equivalent to 10,000 naira. Each rate is 300, 450. Okay, like it's equivalent to, let's say, in Nigerian money, 14,000 naira. That's the only thing. You register your SGD. After register your SGD, your NXP is ready. Then you request for RIF, the service providers. They will come for inspection from there. Then they issue you CCI, clean CCI. After CCI, then your shipping line is okay. That's all. It's ready for export. And the moment your container is in the port, within 24 hours, it will be shipped out. And that's all about export procedure. There's nothing. The small complication of the export procedure here is NXP, and the NXP is not something. There are almost 10 banks in Nigeria that you can go and open your NXP. If you went to the one bank, it's giving you stories which is making things more difficult for you. You go to the next bank. So there's a lot of option there for it. So I think that's all for the
Thank you so much.
Export.
Thank you so much. You will also help us with that portal where after you've collected your NXP and TIN, you will go and register with the custom within 24.
Yes, that I will also provide you with that, which I will happily do that.
Okay.
I will happily do that actually.
Inshallah, we will go to the question and answer session. Please, if anyone has any question, please he can ask, inshallah. So we'll go to the questions and answers. If there is anything you want to know about this export, you want Mr. Ahmed to shed more light on, please go ahead and ask your question. Even if it is not export, even if you are talking about importing, although we are promoting export here, but you can as well ask. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed, for this wonderful presentation. Thank you very much.
Doctor.
I am Dr. Mohammed Idris from Medina.
Doctor, we can't
Saudi
see
Arabia.
your face.
Okay.
Yeah. Turn on your camera. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, doctor.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to thank the resource person for this wonderful presentation. Really appreciate the insight and the information. my question is, he mentioned that we should be careful with some agents that might want to exploit us with charges. So from his explanation, basically we need just the shipping line. So we don't really need to involve agents other than the shipping line. Is that what he is advising us?
No, what I'm saying, I don't know the business model you are having, but my advice as a custom officer from the experience I have, previous experience with a lot of people, is that when you come for export, export procedure is something people think is the same thing with import procedure. But export procedure is far more simplified than any other procedure I think you do with Nigerian Customs Service, because the government wants people to export. So government is always looking for a way to simplify the process to be very as simple as it is for somebody to export the goods out of the country. The moment those goods does not fall under the category of export prohibition, which there are 8 lists, which I will provide them with the doctor for it to share among the class. But what I'm saying that there are DTI, we call them DTI, data capture centers. If you don't know them, come to customs and tell them, please, where are the DTIs? DTI, they will open SGD for you. They will register SGD for you. Let me simplify it for you. If you don't know how to register with customs and you want to export, come to customs, ask any custom officer, please, I need a DTI. That DTI is a registered computer labs by Nigerian Customs Service, which we know them. Assign them to help anybody that want to import or export to register his SGD. So that DTI will collect your documents. They'll fill the SGD for you. You understand? They'll fill the SGD for you, and the charges they will charge is very, very negligible. It's something around 10 to 15,000 naira. It depends on the DTI. You understand? Yeah. So it's a very, so the moment you do that, you are good. You are good. Then from there, you request for IRF. Then IRF, they will issue you a date. There are the service providers. The service providers, after that, they will inspect your items. When everything is okay, then from there, they'll issue you with CCI. There's clean certificate of inspection. There's that what you want to export has met the standard, and the packaging is very okay and good. Then from there, you are good to go. And the certificate is issued to you within 30 days. That's the maximum it can go. But from the experience, actually, I know the certificate usually used to come out 2 or 3 days after inspection. But assuming there are technical issues or this or that, those certificates, highest they can go is 30 days.
Okay.
So yes, but I don't think those certificates from because I've done so many exports. Actually, mine, the moment I apply for it, will come for examination today, tomorrow, within the next 48 hours, my certificate is ready. So then all I need to export. And after the much bigger problem you're having is the NXP. You make sure your NXP has been registered and it's okay. And this NXP is free. Nobody is charging you anything. The only thing the bank are entitled to charge is 1% of the FOB. If your FOB is 2 naira, is 3 naira, or 4 naira, it's 1% of that FOB they will charge you. You understand? And they will charge you after repatriation. You understand? They're not charging you up front. They're not, I want to export, I will pay their 1% FOB now. You understand?
Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. Let's go to the next question before
Thank you very much.
Let's go to the next question. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad. Thank you so much. Dr. Yeah, thank you so much. Any other question, please? Any other question? Any other question? We have Nabila here. Mr. Labaran, are you there? Do you have any question, Mr. Labaran?
Hi, Doctor. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Sister Aisha. Turn on your camera, please, if you don't mind.
Um, okay, that would take me a little while to turn off my camera. But in the meanwhile, I will just try. Mine is not a question, but it's more like an appreciation. Like,
All right.
thank you so much to our speaker for taking your time to explain in details. Thank you. We really do appreciate. There are so many details which we are not really aware of. For instance, talking about the percentage. Definitely, some banks do make mistakes in such kind of transactions. But yeah, it's actually very good to know that it's very important for you to put your eyes on such kind of mistakes and be able to detect it. Thank you so much for the
This is
wonderful
Sister
insights.
Aisha
We
from
really
the
Thank you.
appreciate.
You didn't introduce yourself properly, Sister Aisha. There you are.
Well, I think so. I'm Aisha, so I'm currently working here in Damam. I'm into project management and procurement for hospitality projects. Thank you.
It's an honor to be with
Thank
you
you.
once again, Aisha. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for your time.
Yes, yes, yes. Any other question? Yes, I've seen Mr. Sharif, Muzammil, Mohammed's iPhone. You're all welcome. Nabila, Umar, do you have any question to our guest? So, in absence of question, it's almost time for prayer here. Mr. Mohammed Labran, please turn on your mic. Yeah, I believe you
Assalamu alaikum.
have some question. Introduce yourself properly, please, and then your question to our guest.
Yeah, Doctor. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Aminu Labaran. I'm
No,
currently
Hi.
residing in Riyadh, and I'm from Kaduna State, by the way.
Hi.
Okay.
hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
My job here, so keep quietly already, okay? My job here is an HSC manager and international business development for Africa, which I work with Jamie. We are manufacturing all electrical hardware from distribution transformer, panel boards, cables, smart metering, name it. So the reason why I joined here is just for us to have more of the information about the import export and some interest that we have. We want to export our goods to Nigeria, which we're already on our way to do that, inshallah, very soon. So as well, there's so much of interest for the raw materials in Nigeria that we want to be important to Saudi Arabia. So I would like to take this avenue to say, Doctor, I am grateful for this. I would not have much question, but one-to-one, I'll come and sit with you for more education. And to the speaker, we really appreciate the insight because we were thinking is a hell of a big deal to do that. But from what you have mentioned today, Alhamdulillah, I think it's something straightforward. Once somebody
Okay,
have the required documents, yes.
let me I give you a precise
Okay.
but just last week we just launched a new program called IEO, Authorized Economic Operator,
Okay.
whereby people like people coming outside from country into Nigeria, into the country, they want to import and export some raw material. That what we call IEO, Authorized Economic Operator, where you apply for it. When you apply for it, anything you are bringing into the country, it will be on what you call fast track.
All right.
That we are importing into the Nigeria. We advise you to open a warehouse when you open a warehouse in the country. So the moment your containers come into Nigeria, it's from the ship to the back of a truck, direct to your warehouse.
Okay.
Whenever you are ready for inspection, because we want to avoid demurrage. Because in Nigeria, after you import into the country, you just have 5 days. After 5 days, if you don't clear your container, then demurrage starts. Every day, demurrage is almost 300 real. If you convert the money. So we want to avoid because that is a lot of money in Nigeria. It's almost 120,000 naira per day as demurrage. So we want a situation whereby when you register with AEO, your goods will come from the ship to the back of the truck, from truck to your warehouse. So anytime you are ready for inspection, you write to custom that also that I want your people to come for inspection. Then we make our personnel available for inspection. They will go and open your container. They will look at it, what you declare at the SGD. with what you are bringing in. If it's okay, then we issue you with import certificate. Then that's all. You move to the bank, you pay your money, and that's all. So this is a new program that was launched just 1 week ago.
Okay.
And
So
yeah.
not taking too much of your time, I think we will get to have all those information through Doctor.
So please, I want to appeal for the people in the class. I want to appeal for the people in the class. Anyone that have any issue with import or export into Nigeria, please feel free to ask Doctor. I'll be of great help. Let it be anytime, in the morning, in the night, at the midnight, whatever you want to import, just be with me. And actually, I want everybody in the class that want to import into the country or export, let him do it himself and see a difference. There's nothing big deal about that.
Exactly.
Because
Now
a lot
that
of
you
people,
explain that, now we're understanding that.
A lot of people exploit that gap between custom and the agent and the importer. Then you see a lot of corruption. You come to the custom, say you have to bring 2 million naira. Custom say, and it's all lies. If a custom officer will be collecting that such a big money, I think a lot of us will retire before we our time and go and do some other things. Because just last week, I had one case with one Chinese man came to our office and present a receipt that he fed money into the custom account in the sort of 150 million naira that he needed a refund. We look at the receipt. We say, in Nigerian Customs Service, we are cashless. We don't collect money. Who do you give your money that this account he fed into Customs Service? This is just a scam.
Yes.
It's just a scam. So please, I will encourage everybody to do it in step, and there's nothing a big deal about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another question,
you.
officer. Sorry, I know maybe I'm taking too much of your time.
No. There's no problem here.
Okay, so since I heard that even in the custom there are some waivers for such kind of product, which a product that we're trying to send into Nigeria could fall into infrastructural products, since they are transformers, panel boards, and yes.
Exactly. We call it Chapter 99.
Okay.
Chapter 99 is what was done by that. But that how if you want to do that, you actually there are a lot of waivers. Anything infrastructure, electric, cars, gas, CGN, LNG. There's a lot of waivers by the government. A lot of waivers, but that is being handled by the Federal Ministry of Finance. So whenever you are ready with that, I can send you a contact which you can contact him. He's the one. They are the people in charge of that. All those waivers. So after they have processed your waiver and your waiver is ready, they will transmit to custom, where custom will acknowledge and register it in our system. So whenever you want to make the import, you don't have to come to custom. Everything you are doing, we see it online. Yes. So if you are ready, I will send that from
we'll
there.
leave you here, Mr. Labaran. We'll take another person. Inshallah.
The rest we can do it together, inshallah.
Yeah. Unless we thank you so much. Yeah, any other question, please, before we round up? Unless we Yes, any other question? Mr. Muzammil, Mr. Yusuf Ahmed, you are the first to join this session. And I think if there is no other questions, I would like to say a big thank you to Mr. Ahmed for being here with us, Aisha, Mr. Muhammad Idris, Mr. Muhammad Labaran, Nabila, that is here with us. Allah's willing, next, as I have made mention, next expert session, we have another guest who happens to be the project follow-up manager for the Arab African Development Bank, inshallah. Also, we're looking at ways where we will think out of the box and encourage Africans to export their resources to the rest of the world, or even bring in projects that will add value to what we have in Africa as far as resources are concerned, inshallah. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's almost time for the Maghrib prayer, or it's almost, they have prayed Maghrib, we're here. I'll have to go and pray, maybe if I can get another saf, inshallah, for the Maghrib. Sir, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Ahmed. We really appreciate your insight. Aisha, Muhammad Idris, Muhammad's iPhone. If there is any other question, please send it to my inbox, and inshallah, I will forward it to the speaker And he promised to give us all the necessary guidelines that will go a long way in helping us, inshallah, to achieve our goals. Thank you all. Thank you for joining us. Inshallah, we shall meet in the next expert session. So thank you so much, all of you. And we will call it a day for today. Ma'assalam.